It's the news the Engle family had waited to hear for more than 2 decades. A suspect, an arrest, and charges in the case of their wife and mother, Kathy Sue Engle. Tuesday, Oklahoma County District Attorney David Prater filed criminal charges against Kyle Richard Eckert.
I was at work. Dad called me. And I had given up on ever solving it. So it was a relief for me.
Engle was abducted from Shepherd Mall on April 23, 1986. Her car was found 28 hours later in Tucumcari, New Mexico. Her body was discovered on April 30, 1986, not far from I-40 near Elk City. For years, the family tried to keep hope and keep the story of their mother fresh in the minds of the public.
I kind of thought it was my duty to try to keep the investigation going. From time to time, I would contact the press. The Oklahoman wrote some stories for us to try to generate new leads. And after the last round of stories, I told my family I was done. I couldn't do that anymore.
But news of a suspect rekindled the family's hope for an arrest. DNA evidence and fingerprints inside Engle's car would lead police to this man, Kyle Eckert.
It was really just a shock. Honestly, I felt every emotion possible. I think that's probably typical, that you run through all the variables and all the variations of emotions. But the initial one was just shock.
Eckert is being held in the Mac Alford Correctional Facility in Stringtown, Oklahoma, on a charge of aggravated assault in a separate case. He is now being charged with first-degree murder for the death of Kathy Engle.
While closure for us is unattainable, the efforts of those who have worked diligently on Kathy's case are not in vain. What those efforts provide is the possibility for some peace. Peace of mind in knowing that at least one of the men has been held accountable for Kathy's death. And peace of mind in knowing that if Kyle Eckert is convicted, and if he does receive an appropriate punishment, then he will not have the opportunity to kill another woman, hurt another family, or leave another child without a mother.
While one man is being investigated, authorities say there is still another person at large.
2 men abducted Miss Engle at Shepherd Mall that day. We sure do encourage you to call. Your tip, you may think it means nothing, or it may not be the tip that you think will lead to anything. But any piece of evidence is a piece of a puzzle that may lead us to further evidence. And that's exactly what happened here to get to this point in this filing.
Eckert was supposed to be released from prison on August 21st of this year. But with the new charges, Eckert will remain in custody, and he will be transported to the Oklahoma County Jail.